these are presented as ideas. Specific implementation actions, these are not all of them, but I'll mention some that are in here. One of the first things that needs to be done is to create an implementation action agenda. And that's just identifying all the potential implementation actions, identifying when you would do that, who the partners are, who's responsible for doing those. Including projects in the capital improvement program, creating specific plans for certain areas, updating the subdivision and zoning ordinances, updating the master plans, acquiring land for parks and other facilities. I think I've mentioned a few times updating subdivision and zoning ordinances. The city is planning on doing an amendment, or excuse me, a land development code rewrite next year, or beginning next year, to directly for purpose of implementing the comprehensive plan. So with that, questions, comments? I didn't get a lot of questions during the presentation, so.
I have one.
Okay.
And I should have asked it at the time, but that's on transportation plan map. I'm just looking at my neighborhood and I see that, there is a street there, White Drive, that is not a through street now, but it's shown as a through street. So is that to say that it's going to be?
The transportation plan, what's showing is that north of Main Street, White Drive is a through street.
Right, and it's not now.
Okay, so that, we need to look at that, because if it's not now,
Is it supposed to be a dotted area?
it should be dashed,
Okay, that's what I was.
okay?
So it's just that little section between like Valerie Lane and Madison
Okay,
that should be dotted, I think.
I don't think it goes all the way through to.
No, on the other side of Madison as well, Sherry.
Oh, that's right, yeah, it doesn't even go.
It ends
Lincoln
there, kind of where it jogs.
But I did notice that, I think that's an area that's going to be done.
It is, they've been talking about
White
it.
Drive extension from Main Street to Moon, no, that's not it.
Yeah, that's
Is
completely
it?
different. No, you're talking about the area which, right at Lincoln Lane going north.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is.
All the way up to.
oh yeah, that's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Okay.
So is it gonna go through?
It's planned to, yeah,
Is it?
that's the plan.
Oh, my husband's gonna be thrilled. I will not be.
Is that sarcasm, or?
No, he
What?
will be thrilled. He
Okay.
wants
That
it
it's
to go
gonna go through?
I
Okay.
don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
just wanted my, I like it, I'm in your neighborhood too.
Mhm.
I live on White Circle down there. I just wanted my kids to grow up before it.
I
So,
like to be.
and again, you know, how these transportation plans are implemented, sometimes the way roads are put in, either the city goes out and funds it and builds the road, in some cases through land development. And so let's say a subdivision,
If something happens.
residential
in that
subdivision gets
field,
developed in that field
Yeah.
to south of Madison, that road could be part of that subdivision plat.
Oh, and then everybody okay with that one?
Yeah.
Another
sure.
question.
Keep going.
On the bike and pedestrian plan map, it's got Madison between Moonlight and Center Street being a dotted line for a future trail.
Okay.
Does the sidewalk not count as an existing trail?
A sidewalk is not the same thing as a trail.
Okay.
There's a design standard for a trail, I can't tell you what it is, but, it's wider than
Sidewalk
sidewalk.
But for example,
Trail.
Yeah.
these sidewalks on Moonlight are considered a trail.
That's a trail.
And the one
Right.
on Center Street.
Right.
With the little stop sign.
Yeah,
Oh.
those are considered.
And I think they're 8
They
feet,
can see
8
Yeah,
feet
big
wide.
wide ones.
Okay, gotcha.
On that map, I do have a question, and
So you're on the bike and ped map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What page is that on?
89.
89, okay.
you have, they're showing a trail coming in from Olathe that just stops at New Century. I guess I'm not familiar with that trail, but if that is a existing trail, is it why, I mean, is there not any potential way that we could connect into that trail as well? Because I'm not showing any type of proposed future trail connection to that. I mean,
So you're talking about the trail along 159th that goes in New Century from the east?
Yeah,
Okay?
It's like it follows up around, where's that go? Around
Lake-
Olathe,
Lake.
right?
yeah, Lake
Gotta
Shore
cut
Drive, I
out
think.
the road around, I think you're right.
I mean, to me, it seems kind of like, well, if there's a bike trail that's there, if we could connect into it, that might bring people in,
So-
even into the, you know, Gardner Lake area.
So you're talking about,
Like, we have a proposed trail up along 151st Street. It seems to me like you can almost just extend that right over there and join into that existing trail coming in from the lake.
okay, but, and also along 159th?
Or 151st or 159th goes through New Century, so that probably wouldn't be the easiest route. 151st would be open.
That's what I was gonna say, I think if you tried to connect directly, that goes like through, you have to go, I've ridden my bike out there before, and you have to go up and around right there, you can't go straight through. But I don't see why it couldn't go around.
Well, I mean, if you have, at 151st Street, you have a proposed trail, I mean, you could just, could that not just be extended along 151st?
Okay.
Saying it's not our city, but.
Good call, good suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
So, just as a kind of reminder, this is a great opportunity to discuss the plan, identify things that you think are potential changes to it. One thing I would caution you a bit on is if it's something that is contrary to what the outreach revealed and what the CPAC recommended, you want to be a little cautious about making changes, but if it's something that, these are great, I mean, they just could be something that's overlooked. This is a great opportunity to do that. It's better to do that now than at the public hearing. If you have any questions, it's a good time to bring those out now, so we can get answers to those questions. And if I don't know the answer, I can certainly have a consultant answer your question. So whatever you can do now, that's best. Certainly have opportunity to review the documents some more between now and the public hearing, but
What's our, like, drop dead, no more questions, no more suggestions, Dave?
well, public hearing, so you would open the public hearing and then there'd be discussion following the public hearing. And if, you know, if you're not ready at that time, that's fine too. But that's, you have some,
Are you hoping to have all of our input before then, though?
well, if there's any input, it should happen in the process, in the open process. So, I don't know, Ryan, what are your thoughts about that? It seems
Well,
like,
I mean, their input can be provided through this work session. If you feel you need additional work sessions, that's fine. The public hearing portion is for, citizens other than planning commission members to provide input. But that's not the end-all be-all. If you want to hold multiple public hearings, you can also do that. And there's not a really defined process other than you have to have one public hearing.
So when you open,
It's your process, you can handle it how you want.
when you open the meeting on the 29th, you can certainly discuss the plan before you hold the public hearing. You'd probably want to discuss it after the public hearing a bit, if there's any need for that. And then you can act from there.
And if you get a lot of people showing up at the public hearing, you can hold multiple dates, you can continue the public hearing to subsequent dates as well.
You could even, you can call a special meeting. And you can certainly, if you think of anything between now and the public hearing, you can certainly contact me.
That's what I was gonna get at.
Yeah.
You're not closed to
So
what we do after tonight.
Right, if I get any comments from the planning commission between now and the public hearing, I'll just, at the meeting, I'll open by saying, we got these comments from the planning commission. And,